How's it going, everybody? My name's Dave Whipple and you're watching Cheap Wheels. Today what we're going to be looking at is the Daytona low profile 3-ton jack from Harbor Freight. We're going to jack a few cars up. We're going to see how it performed. Let's take a look at the jack. Now what makes Harbor Freight so interesting is their prices. Everything in the store is just a little bit cheaper than an equivalent product somewhere else. So the question is always, am I actually getting a deal or am I buying something that's junk and I'm not saving any money in the long run? Let's take a look at this jack and figure it out. Quickly elevate vehicle with dual piston design. I like this. This is really awesome. Swivel casters as a feature. Like every jack in the world doesn't have swivel casters. 360-degree rotating jack saddle with non-slip rubber pad. 20-inch maximum lift height. Service cars, trucks, and SUVs. Now this little sign is not a joke. Weighs 50 to 99 pounds. It is a heavy box. It says right there on the tag this is a 78-pound package. It's supposed to lift from 3¼ inches at its farthest down up to 20 inches when it's completely raised. Now these jacks come in 4 colors. You can get them in orange, you can get them in green, you can get them in blue, or you can get them in black. There's what's in the box. I have to say I like the green. Now this is a no joke heavy piece of gear.
Out the door, I believe I paid right around $138 for this jack. And I think just from first appearances, I think it's a pretty solid buy so long as it lasts. We can't tell how long it's going to last until we've used it for several years. But as far as the construction, I think it's a well-made unit. That main pin has a greaser. That's nice. I did notice on that top greaser, there was no grease on it. There was no grease showing at the ends of that pin. That's something we're going to have to address. Now, the jack that this one is replacing in my garage is one of those cheap 2-ton portable jacks. They do work, but they're just not fun to use. I don't have any appreciation for them anymore.
You can see where they made this weld. They actually blasted through this particular piece of steel. That's quite interesting. There's another look at that caster. You can see there's a lower plate and an upper plate. I'm assuming there's a set of ball bearings between these two. The greasing is a little bit sloppy, but it sure is good to see that there is grease. Everything that should be greased looks like it is. Before I use it, I'm definitely going to hit this grease zert right here. I see no grease on either side and I see no grease residue on that zerk. So I'm going to grease that before we try the jack out. The grease zerk and my grease gun are not the same size. They do not like to stay together when you... Right here is a bolt that's going to hold the handle in. Drop the handle in. When you put the handle in, give it a turn, and you can see it drops down where it's supposed to be. Put that nut back in there and give it a little snug. Now at this point, that jack should be ready to go. Well, it sure doesn't pump fast. As far as being rapid pump, there's no joke about that. The heaviest vehicle I have on this property is a 1997 F-250. Let's jack that up. You can see I haven't drove it for a while. I like that rapid pump feature. That's very nice. It sure is lifting quickly. Let's see how it goes. That works good. It had no hiccups. It had no spots where it felt like it wasn't wanting to go. Right now the jack is snug up underneath the front end. The truck is totally on the ground. Let's see how many pumps it takes to get it, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches off the ground. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. I'm off the ground. There's 4. I'm gonna guess that truck is, I don't know, probably 3 inches off the ground right now. Well, I gotta say, I'm pretty happy so far. Nice. Well, if that F-250 is the heaviest vehicle I own, this one is probably the lowest. Being a low profile jack, it might be nice. But that does roll nice on that floor. Wow. Boy, that's nice. So by the time I sat down to edit this video, I actually had used that jack quite a few times. Changing the universal joint in the front end of my black truck. Changing the struts in the rear end of the black car. And the jack worked fine. Seems to be pretty heavy duty. I think it's a win. Well, I think it's safe to say that the Harbor Freight Daytona 3-ton low-profile jack is easy to use, it's powerful, lifted my 3/4 ton truck no problem. Of course it lifts the rear end of this station wagon no problem. It works smooth. I think it's gonna last a long time. I think for the $129 I spent for it, I think it's a good piece of gear. Thank you guys so much for watching Cheap Wheels. Keep your junk on the road. See you soon.